Good morning, good morning. I literally have no idea how this video is gonna look because I smashed my phone. My brand new iPhone 11, which I got so that I could use it to make videos. I smashed the screen yesterday and now the front camera doesn't work, so I'm just taking it on trust that you can see me and hear me and that this is going to work out. So 20-week scan today. Excited. We are going to find out for sure if it's a boy or not, and also a midwife appointment. And I guess here in the UK the rules have been relaxed slightly. People are going back to work. I haven't had an update as to what's going on with the antenatal appointments in terms of midwife appointments. When I had my first one, they came and did my blood tests at home because I was part of the community midwife team, and then I did the rest of the appointment over the phone, and they were saying that they were going to try and do more appointments over the phone. So we'll see what happens with this appointment today at 11:10, and then scan at 12. Really dubious. I obviously love the NHS. I've been using it for 40 years. I was born in the same hospital I'm going to now, where I had Eli and where I'll be having this one. But in all my years experience, they don't really ever run on time. So I called up and I was like, look, you've given me a midwife appointment at 11 o'clock in one building and a scan at 12 in a completely other building around the corner and across the road. I don't think that's going to work. And they were like, oh no, it'll be fine. Your midwife appointment will only take half an hour. Okay, that's assuming I get seen on time. And then she was like, well, if not, you can just go for your scan and then come back for your midwife appointment. And I was like, oh, can I? Thanks. Spend my whole day out in the hospital in one place no one wants to be right now. Great, thanks, yay. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully it all runs according to plan. Still very sad that I'm going on my own and Scott and Eli can't be here. It still sucks, doesn't it? Let's be honest. As much as we try to be positive about the whole thing, and I definitely am focusing on positive mental attitude at the moment, that is my thing. I wish they could come. I wish Scott and Eli could come. I wish they could be a part of this, especially because it's a known thing that men can find the whole pregnancy thing a bit, what's the right word to use? They don't necessarily feel involved, and they don't necessarily feel bonded with the baby the same way the mum does, and they're a bit removed from the whole situation. It's really got nothing to do with them apart from supporting you. And so I think it's really nice when dad can be there for the scan and see the baby and be a part of the whole thing. Makes it a little bit real for them, more real for them, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. But anyway, we're not going to get caught up on that. The main focus is that the baby is fine, and today we will possibly do a blood test to find out the baby's blood type, which means I will or won't have to go for another injection. It didn't work with Eli. It was inconclusive, so I had a blood test done. They're trying to determine, because I'm rhesus negative, whether the baby is also negative, in which case everything's fine. But with Eli, it was inconclusive, so I had to have the rhesus negative injection anyway, which is like a blood product. It's a whole big thing. You have to go and sign a paper and, you know, accept that there are risks and all of this stuff. And Eli ended up being exactly the same blood type as me, so it was unnecessary in the end. So we'll see if they offer me that today, hopefully, and what the conclusion to that is, because it would be great not to have to do all of that again, especially in the current climate. Get to these appointments, I better make sure I'm on time after all this complaining about the timing of the whole thing. God, can you imagine? Okay, I'm going to sign off, concentrate on driving, and I will check back in when we arrive at the hospital. So, slight change from my last appointment. As you can see, they made me put on a mask. They didn't ask if I had been unwell. I had to sanitize my hands when I arrived and put a mask on. And the midwife had a mask on and an apron and changed her gloves about 3 times. Yeah, so slight change. But what was nice was I still got to see my community midwife team, who was absolutely lovely, and I did have the blood test to check the baby's blood type. Hopefully this time we'll get some answers as to whether I have to have the anti-D in another 8 weeks. So I'm just going to go over to the building where the scan is now and hopefully find somewhere to park. It is so busy. It's like everyone's driving to work, I guess, because they can't use public transport, or everybody's staying at home and parking their cars, something. So I'm going to get over there now because it's really kind of fine. I've got 10 minutes to find somewhere to park and get inside, and then I will give you another update on everything else. But yeah, definitely stricter hygiene measures in place than when I went for my 12-week scan, when I thought everyone was being very blasé about the whole situation. That's changed now, certainly in that building. We'll see what happens in the next one. Okay, so come for the scan now. Slightly different procedure in this building. All of the staff are now wearing masks, which they weren't doing for my 12 weeks. And I was asked the same questions: if you've had a temperature, cough, fever, been unwell, and if anyone in the house has had any of those symptoms. So I said no, obviously, and was allowed to continue. I wasn't told to put on a mask. I did already have my mask on, but they didn't have masks that I could see that they were giving people. And not all of the... Oh, they're calling me, sorry. So, as I was saying, sorry. Where was I? I don't know. Just had to go and have my weight done and some more blood tests. I think the blood tests, the hospital I'm with are doing a research project, so I have a lot more blood tests than I think you would normally have. But all of the staff are wearing masks now, which they weren't doing at the 12-week. But not all of the patients, that's what I was saying. So they're obviously not asking people to wear masks here like they are at the midwife appointments, but certainly the staff are all wearing masks now. So I'm just waiting for the anatomy scan, and I'll update you when we're finished. Okay, so we have finished at the hospital for our 20-week appointments. Had a midwife appointment first, and basically what she said to me was, because they haven't seen me since my booking in appointment, they are seeing people at 20 weeks, and they will see me again at 28 weeks, and then they will see me at 36 weeks. So any other appointment I have in between those weeks will be over the phone. So she said with your second baby you have less midwife appointments than with your first, and I will only basically have 4 in-person appointments, and the rest will be over the phone. So that was the midwife appointment. Had to wear a mask to go inside. Everyone was masked up. Then I went for the 20-week anatomy scan, which they let me record this time, which is very exciting. So I'll probably upload that separately because it's like half an hour long if you want to see exactly what you see on the 20-week scan. It was definitely a boy, or it is definitely a boy, should I say. They let me film it. I think that's a new rule because they appreciate that people are having to go to scans on their own and their partners can't come and stuff, as I was talking about on the way here. But yeah, all the doctors were masked up in the scanning clinic today, which they weren't the last time. So they've obviously increased their preventative measures, which is good, because the last time I went for a scan I was the only one wearing a mask and I felt like a bit of an idiot, but now I feel vindicated, like it was definitely the right thing to do. But still, everyone was very sweet, very pleasant. You know, I think they know as much as you know. They understand exactly how you feel. Everyone was very nice and everything went according to plan. Again, the clinic was quiet. I don't know if they're spacing out appointments, but there weren't that many people there, and everything ran on time, like literally clockwork. I got there for my midwife appointment. They were waiting for me. I got there for my scan and literally they called me 2 minutes later. I'm tired. It does take it out of you, doesn't it? Yeah, all in all, everything's fine, everything went well. It's weird, isn't it? Because there is this global pandemic going on, but also life is just kind of going on as normal, to be honest with you. And that's great. And long may it continue, and hopefully we'll all get back to normal ASAP. I hope if you are getting ready to go for your scan, this helps you in some way, puts your mind at ease a little bit. And I wish you all the best with your pregnancy, and don't forget to subscribe and stay up to date with my journey. Bye guys.